we're in the Middle East, we got a new HQ, we got a brand new build, and we're revealing one of the biggest drift builds of the year, all in the next 7 days. Let's get into it. Okay, so this trip was not in the plans for 2024. A couple of episodes ago, you'll remember we dropped by the Middle East, we grabbed 2 engines, and I had a very important meeting with the government of Abu Dhabi about an event way down the line. Well, they got back to me and they wanted me to have 2 very important meetings this week. The only problem was, both meetings were like 6 days apart, which meant I'd just be sitting in a hotel for the whole week. So it got me thinking, I have 2 engines in the Middle East, what if I took the 1JZ and bought a car here, put the 1JZ in it, and create the first ever UAE Drift Games project. I need somewhere to do it, and I need someone to do it. The somewhere I'll get to later in this episode. However, I also needed someone to film the episode, so who was I gonna bring with short notice that wanted some sunshine? This guy. But I've got filmers, I got Josh, I got Blaine, and I got Lucas, they're all excellent, but who are you gonna ring on short notice, with like 2 days notice, to fly to the Middle East with no tools, no idea, try and put a car together in 7 days? There's only one guy silly enough to do that. And that's my friend Ian Waddington. So Ian has his own fabrication shop. He also is my co-commentator in Drift Masters. That's why we recognize the dynamic duo. And we're here. We're outside Kanzen Motorsport, about 10 minutes outside Dubai, because before I got here, I bought the car, sight unseen. And that should have been easy. But as I landed, I got some text messages from Dan Price from carculture.ie to say that was not going smoothly.
So, listen, I'm not sure what Sultan told you yesterday, but we went to go and sort out the car. Folk from Kanzen had it power washed, and the paint started peeling off of it. But our biggest problem is being able to get it registered.
Well, that's gone to shit already.
Nice to meet you. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Do you know where I saw him last?
Where?
Tokyo Water Slalom.
I know, after the Grand Picnic.
Oh, the Grand Picnic. Fuck, I've seen you more with my mother. Like, we were just telling the people. Simple plan. Have a 1JZ in a gearbox in the Middle East. I'm going to buy a cheap car, and Ian is going to put all of that in a car in a week here. So we had a car, checked out by you and Dan, sent me the pictures, paid the money, everything was going great. I take off from Dublin, thinking I'm going to land at Kanzen and buy a car, and there's a problem with the car.
Well, it was parked outside for a very long time. Neither me or the owner never had it cleaned to have a look at it.
Okay.
Yesterday I got it steam washed and I was like, oh, okay.
You went to steam wash the car, and a lot of the car came with the steam wash.
Yep, everything just flew off.
So this is the car that isn't working out, and the reason being is that in Ireland or the UK, you could send a car in with bad paint. As long as it was mechanically okay, it would pass the test. But in here, if the paint is bad, it doesn't pass the road inspection test. Meaning we can't drive it on the road, which means it's thumbs down for that project. But I'm going to show you guys the car anyway, and this is what could have been. Everybody thinks we got tons of money, we do tons of projects. This is an experiment. I'm experimenting building a car in another country, so I was going to do it cheap. Do you want to know how much I bought that 1JZ fully dressed and that gearbox for here 2 years ago?
$5 grand.
I bought it for €1,500.
Wow.
And the reason being is that it was in a royal compound, meaning it's from and owned by the royal family. Everyone asks, why didn't you get those engines for 2 years? Because we couldn't send a courier in because they didn't have military clearance to go get the engines. So we had to come and get them ourselves, take them out of here, bring them to our buddy Sultan's. That's where they are now. And then I needed a car that a 1JZ would fit as easy as possible for Ian to do, right?
Well, yeah, something that the 1J comes in from the factory would be, you know, helpful. It would make life a little easy for me.
The boys found me this car. I knew it was a little rough around the edges, but it was the perfect project car. This is it. It is a JZX 90. It's old school, which means that if I ever wanted to re-import it to Ireland, it's over 30 years old, so it's got cheap tax to bring it in and not so much customs. And the 1JZ did come in this car to begin with.
Yeah, from the factory. This came with a 2-litre straight six.
As you can see, the paint, I don't know if you can hear that. That is sandpaper. There is no paint left on that at all. So the idea is that we would spend this trip putting the engine in the car, and then I would ship a ton of parts out from Ireland, body kit, wheels from Strom, BC Racing coilovers, Link ECU, all of that stuff, to then bring the car to the Offset Car Show in April, to actually build a car here and then have a finish line of our friend Dan's show. But this did not work out, so this is a problem. This is a raw video, you wanted to see it. I'm all presenter mode now. Now I'm going to come back to reality. I have no idea what we're doing from here.
I'm just going to put it out there. 4 hours ago, we was putting an engine in this car.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is pretend if I did buy it, I'm going to make myself feel better now that I didn't. But this sat up for a long time for the paint to do this.
Yep, it did. It sat outside for a long time. But it's just the top though, right?
Yeah, like I mean, a paint job and it's not bad.
Yeah.
Parking sensors on there. Sonar. It's like a dolphin. But sonar on the car instead of a parking sensor. So this car would have been super ideal for one reason.
Yeah.
Because it already had a 1JZ. So this is a non-turbo 1JZ, and it's actually quite clean in here. This is all making me feel sad now. I definitely don't have time to paint a car. That's the one thing I don't have. If we're going to try and put an engine in a week, we don't have time to prep the whole body and do all that. But it's a shame because this would have been absolutely perfect. €1,500 for the 1J with gearbox.
1J, yeah.
Fully dressed, by the way, turbo everything.
Yep.
You'll see that later. And the car, what do you think?
9 grand. Has to be 9 grand. Has to be.
It's €3,500.
So you're telling me you
So I still think even with bad paint, it's good value. But I can't buy it. I don't know what we're doing now. So Dan has told me they're going to look for another car. And you might have the option of another car.
Yep. Dan's got more info on that.
They did the whole bad news, good news with me. They're like, bad news is you're now landed and you've brought Ian and he's nothing to do. And Lucas has nothing to film. Sad face. But now we might have a plan B. But before we go to the plan B, because I'm just gonna have to forget this car exists now, and that would have been 1JZ Turbo JZX90, €5,000.
I'm so gutted.
How did you bring my money?
I'm thinking about how I can get it home.
That's not the point of this car. We want to take it to a show. Dan is not going to let us into a show with this. And paint here takes a notorious long time to do. So you're talking months and months, which means we wouldn't have any time to do anything else. So we have a plan B, roughly. I still haven't seen pictures of the car yet. Before we go and look at that car, there's a lot of cars here to look at too. Okay, so Ian, you've never been here before.
No,
and if you're a long-time follower of drift games, you have seen this place before because it's like the little JDM mecca in the Middle East, which is really weird.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere, because these cars don't really exist here that much.
No.
But we're going to do a little, wow, look at that tour, okay?
I've done that already though.
Come
as soon
on.
as I walk through the gate.
Yeah, look, we got a beautiful
Wow.
GTR here. Like, you guys always have like a massive amount of GTRs here.
Yep, a lot. Today we've got quite a bit of them actually.
I think there's going to be a lot of GTR love in here. So we got this beautiful grey one here on the Nismo wheels. Man, that looks gorgeous. I know people are going to give out because I always miss the cars out the front. I'm sorry, I miss cars a lot. There's a lot of cars to take in, but I'm going to do a quick run around them. A genuine GT4?
Genuine.
In rally spec, Ian.
Yeah, I know. You don't even see them. They're really rare now. Really rare.
And we got beautiful RX-7 starting its life of spec, but this is a nice spec too. You can see it's in getting a little bit of work done. And behind it we got a 240Z.
Yeah, looks like it.
240Z, yeah. Always gonna get the 240 and the 260, dependent. Some people do 260s so well that I think they're 240s, but inside here, there is a lot of stuff. We got a beautiful red under the cover. Another R30.
Another 34.
Sorry, Ian, over your shoulder.
Oh yeah, another.
R34 GTR. We got a Mark IV Supra wide body RX-7.
I kind of want to know more about this. I kind of want to see what's underneath the bonnet.
Yes. He's got the fitment game on flex right now.
Need some strums on that desperate.
24 is all about the anti-fitment. Oh, okay. Nice and tidy, nice and clean. This thing is beautiful. Look at Ian's little face. Nice.
I would say one day, but they're like 200 grand now, so
You're
it's
gonna
like.
have to sell your house, Ian.
No, I was waiting to do the full bonnet reveal.
Oh my god!
It's one of our latest projects we completed.
This is more than a project. This is all my projects put together. What condition did the car come in when you got it?
It was pretty good, but obviously, you know, with the heat in the Middle East, they all get aged very fast. So we just kind of refreshed everything on the car, underneath, the outside, the engine bay, all of it.
My good God, that is just unbelievable.
I've never seen one of these Nismo airboxes
Yeah.
and the bonnet together. 'Cause
Together.
very clever.
Yeah.
If you look, there's a intake that sits behind the grill.
So that comes in
It
here.
gets even more spicy. Blows it through the bonnet skin, through an opening into the airbox. I've never seen the two of them together. Never.
How much would the bonnet be in dollars? Go on.
In dollars? Well, it's hard to say. Nismo just announced that they're taking a break from production, so everything's 4 or 5 times the price now.
What was the original price, Mike?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's about $5,000. Now it's about 12, 15.
Just for a bonnet.
Just for the bonnet.
Just for a bonnet.
$15,000 for a bonnet. Not only can you not afford the car,
I
but you
can't even afford the bonnet.
You can't even afford the bonnet. I can't even justify the price of an R34 GTT anymore.
200 grand, I think, one sold for in California about a week ago.
I used to have an R34 GTT 4-door, which had a full RB26 from a 34 GTR. I paid €12,000 for that car. I just can't justify all this.
Getting very popular, these are.
They're getting cheap. I think they're the...
They are, you're going to say it and I'm going to back you up 100%. These are the next S-body for drifting.
Yep.
And I have 2 chassis for sale soon.
Nice plug-in. Falling over them here, another R34 GTR. Oh, an Audi TT. Nice, mixing it up.
Classic one though, classic.
It's a very classic. Oh, Mike, you're getting into that whole before and after sort of stage everywhere we look here.
Yep.
So you go R34,
Yeah.
Bayside Blue. Everything looks brand new.
Most of the stuff have been restored, but also replaced. So all the tanks up there, all the heater lines, they're all just brand new.
So it's all Nissan brand new and Nismo parts.
Yeah. New body clips, everything's been replaced. So
Mike, come here. Say I had a rough R34 GTR.
Okay.
And I brought it in and I said, do this to it.
yeah.
What would I be looking at a build, do you think, at the end? Like roughly. I know it's as long as a piece of string.
Let's say with parts, depending on what you want to do, starts at maybe 300 all the way to maybe it can reach about 500,000
Dollars.
dirhams.
Okay.
Nearly fell
I was
over.
like, I'm out.
It's
I'm
not the first
out.
time today.
If I calculate right, it's like a $150,000 restoration.
You've got to buy the car before then. And I
you get-
think a ropey GTR is still 80
high up
grand,
there.
80, 90 grand. So you're 250 G's in. This is a rich man's game now, owning it up.
You know what? I'm starting to think that buying Lamborghinis is cheap. I bought a cheap Lamborghini.
Cheap Lambo, Dave.
Yeah. The hey, carbon bonnet for a Lamborghini Gallardo is not as expensive as for an R34. Who would have ever thought that sentence would make sense 15 years ago? So we got ourselves a DC2 Type R.
Genuine Type R.
Genuine Type R, but this is the US spec. Not a Honda, but technically also a Honda, but an Acura. These are getting rare.
These are getting rare, and that is very clean as well.
Oh, well, that's just... Because everybody gives out, you don't show any Hondas on your channel. Well, stick that in your pipe. There's one of the nicest I've seen in a very long time. That looks like it just came out of the factory. Another restoration?
No, we're just here for a glass change because it got a crack in the front glass. We've got a brand new one from Honda.
So
Just gonna
this
swap
one
it
is
over.
obviously minded quite a bit. This one has been a baby.
Yeah, this has been.
Because none of the Hondas in Ireland have these things called turrets. You prefer the 2 lights or the quad lights?
Quad.
Quad lights?
Yeah.
What do you think?
2 lights, because in America we had these, so this was not rare at all. But when you had the
Yeah,
Integra with
see,
the
that's
blocks,
the difference.
you'd be like, holy crap.
2 lights, 4 lights?
4. I'll go with 4.
I'm on 2 lights, so that's 50-50. Let me know in the comments, would you rather the quad light Type R or the 2 bricks, I guess is what you call it, the JDM Type R?
Yeah.
So as you can see, there is a ton of stuff in here. We've got a little CRX.
Yep.
This one is getting pretty intense.
Yeah, I'm doing a quick restore on that. On the body, arms, bushing, suspension.
All the bits. This is like Lego, right?
Yeah.
Like Lego. Look at this. So all repowder coated,
Yeah.
all going into this CRX. This is a weird.
never seen a
Yeah,
CRX
it's a
like
weird
this.
CRX, but hey,
It's either a Gen 1 or a Gen 2. I was corrected on our social some time ago.
I think it's an old, like the original CRX, and then the other one had a had like a longer light here. I quite like the Gen 1. I think, well, maybe because in Ireland there's so many Gen 2s. I actually like something a bit different. There's another 240Z here. There's stuff, there's parts everywhere. This is you've sidetracked us again, Fike. We don't even have a car to build on this channel, and you're here showing me apartments with Nismo badges.
Welcome to Kanzen, I guess.
We're never let down when we come here. So, yeah, we have failed. We're here 2 hours. We've seen very cool cars that we can't build or even afford to build. Just to put it in perspective, Ian, the bonnet on that car was our entire budget for our build.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So now we're in a situation where we got to go find a car. So we've had some leads. We've had a good lead on a car that might replace this. And then we got to go, well, we don't even have a car yet, so I don't even know if we're going to buy it. But yeah, you're along for the ride. I don't know what's going to happen. This whole week's going to be a mess, but you guys are along for it. Alright, so my plan of building the world's cheapest 1J powered JZX has gone to absolute shit within 2 hours since getting here. This was meant to be the car we started work on tonight. We now have no car. The owner of this car has refunded me. I got cash in my pocket and I need a chassis. So we failed on our first attempt to buy a car, but we have a second viewing lined up later tonight. In the meantime, we got some hours to kill, so we're gonna go check out a Caraholics car meet in Abu Dhabi, and you always know there's gonna be some cool stuff there. So we are just outside Abu Dhabi at the Caraholics. A lot of nice stuff.
A lot of really cool stuff.
A lot of nice stuff.
I'm baffled because everywhere you go, everything's like excellent.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like everything is so well done. All the cars are immaculate. They're so well built, and they're not like regular cars. Like there's just
definitely blew up.
Yeah,
in
but
the last
there's
5 years.
just like 30.
Look who it is.
How you doing?
There he is.
I've been you for so long.
This is,
How are you?
we said we'd get you on camera straight away because we're going to be annoying you all week.
What's up?
So Lucas is going to do some fancy B-roll of all the cars, so I've got a good idea for a transition. You ready?
Yeah. Alright, so since Dave is busy talking to Sultan and me and the boys, I thought I'll show you some stuff at the car show. I really like this 370. It's on bags. It's just so beautiful, honestly. You know me, I'm a big VQ guy. And what I really like about it, besides the cool body kit, is that it has this Liberty Walk saying on it. Obviously, this is not a Liberty Walk kit, but I love that. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Shout out to Wateroo Kato. Yo, this Mustang, the color is pretty crazy. Shelby on it, but I don't think this is like the one from the movie. The taillights are the same, but it's probably a kit car that's repainted. It's really cool though. The car scene here has improved dramatically. Look at this lowrider. That is really cool. There's a lot of Supras, GTRs, obviously, some classic cars. So we got some Datsuns in here too. Yo, this Datsun is beautiful.
There is so much random stuff here. Like, look at this. That is so cool. The shovel, all these cars, and I end up looking at a
Truck.
Toyota Land Cruiser. But that is a nice Land Cruiser. we got some modern JDM stuff. We got some really, really old stuff here as well. Nice S15. And I love these. R31 Skyline Coupe. Or 30 or R31? I think 31. That is lovely. And then you just go over here and you got American stuff. Alright guys, we had some fun at the car show, but you probably looked at the thumbnail and went, what is Dave talking about? What about this new HQ? Well, we've been friends with our boy Sultan for over, I think maybe 10 years now. And he suggested to us that he was building a crazy project. Did we want to come and check it out? Then we got to talking even more and he said, hey, I've got this huge warehouse. Why don't you guys take a piece of it and build a little Drift Games HQ in the Middle East to do our builds here in the off season and start with the car that we haven't got yet, but hopefully we'll get a car. We'll hopefully sort that out by the end of this video. But I gotta show you this place. It's wild. It's in Sharjah, which is about an hour from Dubai, and this place has got some insane cars. All right, so this is Drift Games' new mini HQ in the UAE, and you're going to recognize a lot of these cars, including this one, which was built in Ireland, along with some other cars here. This is all of Sultan's crazy collection of stuff. I can't show you what's over there. We can't, hey, keep the camera on me. This boy's over there cutting up a very interesting build that Sultan he basically has challenged us. Okay, right. You know the 2JZ Lambo we're building? We thought we were the top dogs, but we got a challenge from Sultan. He says that you're building one of those. What if I build one of these? That noise you're hearing is people air sawing and cutting up. Look, you're gonna see in the next episode. This is gonna change the game for drifting. Anyway, our space is not here on the ground floor because in true Drift Games fashion, it's up there. So we're here on the second floor of store 17 and this is going to be our new space. Now we're not going to be able to dress it all up, get the ramp in, everything on this trip, but on the next couple of trips we're going to try and transform this area into our own spot. And yes, it's on the second floor, which means we would have 2 HQs in 2 continents, both on the second floor. We just love hardship. But space available. You can see there's tons of cars in storage here. We're gonna take our own little space, so I'm very excited about it. I've been coming to the Middle East over 50 times, maybe over 10 years. So to have a little home away from home here would be awesome. And there's so many more interesting things going on here to build cars with, from scrapyards to abandoned cars. We just thought this would be cool for the channel. And a little bit of a break away from the rain and the misery of Ireland during the winter. So we should hopefully have a car arriving here in the next 15 minutes. We got one of the boys to go check it out, to go register it. And the weird thing is here, when you buy a new car, you have to go and do essentially an MOT and a CT at that time. So I've heard that the car passed. It's got its registration, it's got its insurance, but I have no choice because it's already ready to go. So hopefully it's a minter and not an absolute lemon. But yeah, waiting game now to see when it arrives. All right, so the car is 30 seconds away. We got a phone call. We have no idea. I know the color. I've seen a dark photo. Could be awful, could be good. It was cheap. It was roughly 3,850 euro, which is cheap.
But that fills me with no confidence when it's
It fills
cheap.
me with very little confidence as well, because I think, what are you going to get for 3,850?
Well, if he's driving it here, it can't be that bad.
It passed the test,
I mean,
and it's registered and insured, so it's got to be running at least.
Yeah, it can't be that bad then, surely.
If it's half decent, then it's going to be, I think, the best purchase of the year.
React.
Oh.
Wow.
From here it looks pretty good.
God, that is...
Looks clean. I think we've looked out here. I think we have properly looked. That's way better than the other one.
Way better.
Thank you, Raju. Thank you. We got the key. It looks good.
It looks too clean, Dave. God damn, it is clean.
Oh man, this thing is sweet.
I think you lucked out. I think you really lucked out here, Dave.
It's got 94,000 kilometers on it. 94.
You've gone from no car to a really mint car.
This day has turned around, because the other car I was disappointed with, but now I'm not disappointed at all.
How can you be disappointed? It's mint. There isn't a dent on the side of the car. There is not one dent. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Let's have a look under there.
A little dusty, which is to be expected.
It's expected.
It's perfect on the towers.
It's clean car. Oh, we're missing one little corner light, that's it.
Arches, look at that, no rust. Still got the original guard on the arches. It's on steely.
Have you ever seen a JZ on standard wheels?
Free shoebox. I mean, it's paying for itself already.
You got a refund already, Dave. You got stuff. Yen.
Looks like yen.
Yay!
It is yen.
yen.
Yeah, there's yen. There's yen in the car.
Hey, you know it's from Japan then.
It's good luck, right?
Hot tea.
Yeah, it's like buying cars abroad unseen. It's more dangerous than you think. Oh man, Ian.
Original space saver. No damage either. Look, it's never been in an accident. The whole inside of the boot.
Let me see the seals, the pockets.
Brand new.
Brand
still
new.
No welding, no nothing.
So I bought this car. It was one photo. I got sent one photo. I knew it was silver. It was dark and a grainy photo. It turned out to be mint. Sorry, Lucas. I know you're trying really hard. You can't film what's over there. You can't film what's over there. We will show it on the next episode, I promise. But that noise is somebody cutting up something that I really can't believe. I'm trying to pay attention to this, but anyway. Hey! So this is a 1994 Toyota JZX90, 2-liter automatic Jap import, which has sat for a while somewhere in a warehouse here. And our friends Sammy and Dan hooked it up. Raju brought it back from the test center. It is now fully road legal, registered and insured to drive. And just at that moment, we'll show you the engine of why we're going to tear it all apart, which is classic drift games. And hopefully the engine we bought is as good as I think it is too, because the car looks sweet. All right, Ian, you check over the car.
Cheers, Dave.
I'm gonna go grab me my 1J. So this is our engine. I bought this 2 years ago. I heard this engine running before it was taken out of, it was in a GS300 of all things. Freestyle car, which is like a donut car. The guy did one day doing it and it was running fine. Has an aftermarket turbo, has a few bits and pieces. But other than that, I know absolutely nothing about it. All I know is it's cheap, but I actually think the fact that it's running aftermarket stuff is going to make it more difficult for us, Ian, because there's a lot of stuff we're going to have to get that isn't standard to a 1JZ, or we could change it, either or.
Yeah, I think we leave it. I think we leave it with a big single. I think we throw a front mount on it. I think it'd be kind of cool with the external wastegate, because it looks, for now, it looks kind of stock with the small wheels. So
it'll definitely light up the 15.
That's what I'm saying, with the external, and yeah, this thing's gonna kick ass. But Dave, there's a few things we do need to get. Yeah, we need engine mounts. We need to work out if we can get a transmission mount, because this is a W58 ICE 200 box. So I don't know, we might end up making one.
I mean, how many manuals do you think they brought in? Very few, I'd say. Mostly auto.
Very, very few.
So whether we can find gearbox mounts, we can find engine mounts. As you said, aftermarket turbo means aftermarket flanges.
Yeah, so we're going to probably have to make a flange for the back of the turbo, unless we can find one, because originally this would have been an internally gated turbo. It's now on an external, so I have to blank. There's a port on the back of here where the penny washer would have been, so I have to blank that. So if I can't find what I need, we have to make it.
It's fun, but we've only got 6 days to get all this in there and working.
Yep.
And I'm looking at a lot of wiring, a lot of plugins. Yeah, there's going to be, worst comes to worst, we can get a link ECU and put it on it. I would do that in the long term anyway, but if we could get it running on this ECU just to know it runs before the end of this week,
yeah,
that would be sweet before we can get stuff from Link, because that will be easily able to fix all that. But yeah, there's a lot of tacky stuff like fluorescent yellow cam covers. Back of the turbo is pretty rusty, so I could probably freshen a lot of the engine when you move it apart.
Yep.
Give it a shot, give it a spray, make it all look nice and clean. Not super sure on this marble rocker cover, but maybe it'll grow and wrinkle black it, but we'll see what we can get done. But yeah, we're pretty tired. It's been a long day. In the next episode, we're going to show you, I promise we're going to show you what's over there, because my God, that's just going to change the whole game for drifting over there. And we're going to show you in the next episode, but we're too tired now to have that level of enthusiasm, because we've just come off a plane, tried to sort out 2 different cars, get here with the engine, and then we got to put this car on the ramp and start doing all the swap this week. So we hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. We're pretty tired. We had about 2 hours sleep, 3 hours sleep, but we're pumped. We're excited because this is our first build in the Middle East. So at the end of this week, hopefully that car will have this engine and be driving around fancy places in Dubai looking like a stock JZX with a really funny engine. And then we can get to all the aesthetics, because that's the next stage. But yeah, we got lots of stuff to see and do this week. We're going to have to go to scrap yards. We're going to have to go to crazy part stores. We have absolutely, right now, didn't even know we were going to do this car at all. Didn't even know we had this car. So I'm a little confused. Ian is definitely confused. But look, we came here to do a job. We're going to get that job done. We hope you guys have enjoyed the episode so far. Next episode, we're going to show you what Sultan has been building. Your head is gonna fall off your shoulders. Like, we released, we're gonna build a 2JZ Lamborghini. This is a lot more intricate than that. So we're gonna try and keep the episodes banging out day by day. And yeah, Ian, we got some lists to make here.
Yeah, we better get to work, Dave.
We're gonna take this up on the ramp very soon, and hopefully we don't have any more surprises.
You bought this as a 1J?
Yeah, but this is a 1JZ.
No, Dave. There's letters on the block, and down here it says 2JZ. This is a 3 litre, Dave. This isn't a 1J. This is a 2J. So do you have a 1J as well? Are you trying to tell me you have a 1J and a 2J?
I bought a 1J.
This is definitely a 2J. So you bought a car in the Middle East. It's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Turned out it was no good, but you ended up with a better car.
Yeah.
Bought a 1JZ in the Middle East that turned out to be a 2JZ. You are probably the luckiest man around. Somehow it just happened.
I bought a 1JZ for €1,500.
No, you bought a 2JZ for €1,500.
I have a feeling this is going to be a very interesting series.
You try to save yourself, but you only gonna play yourself.